It is Friday, August 24th, 2018. I'm Dan Conard here with your NHL weekly update. Things are pretty much set in the NHL with just a few weeks left before the start of the preseason. Teams have put in their final players into place and have cleared up any areas that were lacking in regards to their team, but there still has been a few changes around the NHL, and that begins with Ryan Ellis. Ellis signs an 8-year extension with the Predators. The defenseman will make $50 million over that 8 years. The Predators say that Ellis is a key leader both on and off the ice. He had himself 9 goals and 23 assists in 44 games last season, and that contract will kick in next year. So for the Predators, it's great to have a defenseman like Ellis locked in for a long period of time because the Predators themselves are building. And by having a guy like Ellis, it will help them in the long run, because not only will Ellis be there to lead the pack and to help the new players coming in, but he'll also be there to, give a push to the team when needed, especially if a rookie starts getting down on themselves. Steven Santini signs a 3-year deal worth $4.25 million with the Devils. The Devils believe Santini is a young developing player who will form into that all-star player. So Santini's one to watch over the next few years. I don't know what the Devils are really looking for this season, but it would be fun to watch him over these next 3 years or so and see what kind of player he does develop into. Dylan Larkin signs a 5-year, $30.5 million contract with the Red Wings. The 22-year-old has 16 goals and 47 assists last season. And now you have a 22-year-old that's locked in for 5 years, that's right in on his prime. He has 16 goals, 47 assists, and one can only wonder what he will have next season. Erik Karlsson, all the trade talks are back. Karlsson, back in July, there was a lot of rumors stirring around, but really nothing came of it. Karlsson, was expected to be traded. It was a big hot news subject, that just nothing really formed of the trade, but here at the end of August, those trade talks are back. According to Sportsnet, they're reporting that the Dallas Stars, Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Vancouver Canucks are all interested in Karlsson. However, they are pointing the Canucks as the favorite to land him. Karlsson had 9 goals and 53 assists last season, and his numbers may have been down goal-wise than in years past, but he's still a key part to any team, and this isn't going to be an easy trade for whoever gets Karlsson. They're going to have to give up some key, valuable young players, and they may even have to give up a key veteran in order to land Karlsson. So it'll be interesting to see if something does come out of these trade rumors. If something does come out of it, where will Karlsson go? What did that team give up? And did they really make themselves or put themselves in a position to be better than when they did not have Karlsson on their roster? So something that we'll have to watch. First game starting, in October. The first, regular season games, preseason games will start in a few weeks. So it'll be interesting to see who lands Karlsson and how he contributes to that team. Big news coming out of Philadelphia. Sean Couturier, the Flyers' top forward, will be out 4 to 6 weeks. He suffered a lower body injury during a charity game. Couturier has injured the same knee during a that he injured during a practice last season in the playoffs, however just in a different spot. GM Ron Hextall says he believes that Couturier will be ready to play in a few of the final preseason games. So Couturier may be out. It is the belief that he will come back towards the end of the preseason and be back out on the ice. And good news coming out of the hockey world. It is reported by the Eagle Tribune back in Arizona. They released an article how hockey has become popular in Arizona because of the Coyotes. There has been a lot of news coming out of Arizona over the past few years, whether Arizona should stay, whether they should get the new stadium. They eventually did move from Glendale, Arizona, and get that new stadium. When the Coyotes arrived in 1996 from Winnipeg, there were around 2,100 youth hockey players. However, there is now more than 8,600. Their minor league hockey team in the AHL is doing great, as well as drawing people and drawing the attention in of fans of hockey. And Coyotes director of hockey Max Shout said, "You show and give hockey as an option to people and make it accessible to anybody. People start choosing it," end quote. So, in the world of hockey in Arizona, it's becoming big. The Coyotes are continuing to do great. And they made a lot of different moves this year, ones that they hope will be key improvements to them. So if a team does start to win this year, it will be interesting to see how hockey continues to grow out there in Arizona. That's all we have for you today here in the NHL Weekly Update. We'll have another update for you next week. Have a nice weekend.